Hi everyone, it's Claire back again. So I'm going to have a look at baby blues today, or pale blues. I've done the pinks already and I was quite successful. I kept two and destashed two. I didn't have as many, but I do have quite a few pale blues. I think there's 10 in here altogether. Yeah, the thing about pale blues is they do range actually from quite a bright pale blue to a very dusty, greyed out pale blue. So I've got a variety here, but I've got a feeling that some of them might be comparable. So this is a Claire's compare with a possible destashing of some of these pale blues. But I mean, I don't have too many really that fall into this category. I did destash a lot last year. This one, by the way, which really needs a good shake up, is Saltwater Happy. Okay, so what I've done here is separated them into, sort of separated them, yeah, kind of, into colour categories of these are more kind of powder blue, these are sort of greyed out blues, and brighter, slightly green tinted blues, so almost like a very pale turquoise sort of blue. So anyway, let me see if there are any comparisons. So I'm going to start with these powder blues. This one is Ciate Chinchilla, and I've got a few Ciates, not many. I think I've probably got about 4 or 5. Yeah, this is a nice shade. It looks like quite a glossy formula, so that would be pretty good in 2 coats. It looks grey there, but it is blue. And the next one, this is It's a Boy from OPI. And yeah, this is quite a bit paler. And very pale. This is, I think, probably one of those creams that's going to need like 2 to 3 coats. Well, yeah, 2 to 3 coats to be opaque. This one is Butter London Petticoat. Whenever I grab for one of the Butter London minis, it's always like Russian roulette. I can never tell whether it's going to be a really good one or a really terrible one. I almost put it over the top of that one there. Yeah, this is a good one. Some of them that came in this collection, and I know I've complained about it several times, but they were just dreadful. I've got something trapped in there. But that is actually quite a good formula for a pale blue. Some of these paler pinks and blues can really be quite streaky, so getting one with a good formula is what I'm after. This is what... So yeah, having one with a good formula is what I'm interested in keeping, really. Anything that sort of requires a bit too much work, why do I need to keep it? So this one is Saltwater Happy, which is the one that needs a good shake up. And got a feeling that they're all going to be slightly different from each other. That's actually a really nice, like, calming blue. Yeah, they're all very different to each other, even though I've put them all in the same sort of category as this powder blue. Okay, let's move on to these greys. So this one here is one of the Eve Snows that I picked up at TK Maxx a couple of years ago that was like 50p in the bargain bin. But they're actually really good polishes, very opaque. I've got this one, and I've got like a very pale green. Yeah, the formulas are great, even though they look terrible in the bottle. So that one actually does look more like the Ciate Chinchilla, but slightly paler. Yeah, they're all different. This one is a Nailed London. This is a very, very pale blue, and this is Attention Seeker. This is kind of more of an off-white, really, I think. But no, there is a greyness to it. And then finally is another Another bargain bin polish from TK Maxx, and this is a Quo by Orly, which I've been told by my Canadian friends is quite expensive. Because I thought this might be a kind of cheap version of Orly, like their budget side of the brand, but it's like, no, actually, the opposite. I seem to have lots of, I think it's because I've got this cardigan on, which is really lots of like hairs and fibres, and it seems to be getting trapped in the swatch wheel, so yeah. This Quo looks very similar to Saltwater Happy, actually. So there may be some similarities. I'll see on the second coat. And then finally these three here, which I think are only going to be similar to each other with this slight kind of turquoise hue to them. And this one is Lillian by Zoya. This is how long it's been since I've opened this polish. And again, just one of my maybe 4 or 5 Zoyas that I've got. I don't have many Zoyas at all. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of It's a Boy. So it's going to need 2 to 3 coats, I think. That's Zoya Lillian. This one here is Pure Ice Take a Glint. And I know that this is a good formula. This is one of the polishes that was sent over to me by Debbie in the huge box of polishes that she sent me in spring last year. And yeah, I love this one. It's a great shade. A bit brighter than Lillian. And then the last one here is a little Izzy London Baby Blue. And I think this, yeah, it came in a me box. I know I didn't buy this, so. Yeah, that's not a great formula, so I think immediately I've decided that I'm going to be destashing this one. It's okay, but it would need more coats, and I'm really looking to keep polishes that have got great formulas in my collection. Okay, so they all do look very slightly different from each other. I think maybe these two are the closest in comparison, but again, the Saltwater Happy's got a slight bit of kind of purple in there. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's just looking at the ones that I'm not interested in with formulas really, rather than a comparison. But I'll do a second coat and we can come back and take a closer look. Okay, so here's a second coat, and to me, they do all look slightly different from each other. I don't know, I mean, maybe chinchilly looks, no they do all look very different. So it's just really about preference and what I thought about the formula. This one here, chinchilly, is a beautiful grey blue, and it's a great, very glossy, shiny formula, so I'm going to keep this one. But yeah, I'm actually going to destash It's a Boy because I think it's quite similar to these paler shades here. There's a brightness to it, definitely. Yeah, I'm going to destash that one. I am going to keep the petticoat because again it's a really pretty formula, so that one I'm keeping. Saltwater Happy is more of a kind of very pale periwinkle. It's much more on the blue side, I think, than it is on the purple side. It doesn't look like that amongst all the other blues, but I'm going to keep that. I am going to keep my Eve Snow, my 50p polish. Great formula. And Nailed London. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to destash this one because it is quite similar to... It is a good formula though. Yeah, I'm going to destash it. Next is the Orly Quo, which was this one. Yeah, this is a really pretty, great formula. and it's the only Orly-Quo that I've got, so I'm definitely going to keep this one. I am actually going to destash Zoya Lillian. It's down to about here. But yeah, it's too similar to the Pure Ice, which is a much better formula, so I'm definitely going to keep this one and destash the Zoya. And also this one here, which is the IZ London. They're all very so if this part is the Clare compare parts of the video, and what I'm going to do is I'm keeping this one, and I'm going to put these two in my shop once I get that sorted out. So here are the ones that I'm keeping at the top, and these four here are the ones that I'm destashing. So I'm quite happy with that. That's like 60-40. And yeah, I know they're all slightly different, but again, I just base that destashing completely on formula and knowing what I want to reach for. And I just haven't got time with, you know, to be able to sit there and do 3 coats on a plain blue cream. It just, yeah, I'm getting picky in my old age. Anyway, let me know what kind of pale blues, baby blues you like. Have you got any favourites? And I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.